Okay, because women are very out of touch with what is the right thing to do because they were raised wrong, I'm going to start making a list of rules that'll help you understand why they should stop breeding and why they owe me so much, and that it is an extreme injustice, among the most greatest injustices there ever was, to shun me. Sabotaging me in general is the greatest injustice there ever was because I'm the most righteous person, and it is connected to all the suffering of the poor and the righteous throughout history. It is the final completion of injustice after I die, and it brings the world into a pure evil state with no possible way out. So first of all, the righteousness is not subjective. Okay? Social norm enforcing bootlickers want you to believe that it is. In Nazi Germany, they would have said, enforce the Nazi social norms. Those same people, had they been born in communist Russia, would have said, enforce those social norms. Had they been born on a pirate ship, they would have said, enforce those social norms. These people have no human worth. They are groupies. They don't know what the fuck they are talking about. In martial art combat, which requires a great deal of insight and brain function, I would easily outmaneuver them and cut them the fuck down because they're stupid motherfuckers. And that's why my sparring argument was so important. Okay, and still is so important. Number one, to cheat the less than rich, handsome hero romantically is wrong. So to cheat me as a group romantically or an individual is wrong, and the group of attractive women in general owe me because of this. Unless they can look at this situation for sure and say, hey, I would not have done that to you. Now, even if they're married, if their husband is not doing the right thing, they should divorce him and rally to me. Think about it. Or else they can't say that they would not have done that because they're doing what is socially normative and not right. They're married to someone who's not doing the right thing. What the fuck can they say? Number two, financial imperatives are prostitution, especially on a planet where women can make money too. You say, hey, I want a guy who's financially stable. That's prostitution. So the Bible would say in Matthew 6, it says, store for yourself riches in heaven, not earth. Ironically, the main people in popular culture are gold diggers. It's kind of close though. Are conservatives who are supposed to be more Christian than the left. And how often are these Christian women on the left, or these people who are born with quote unquote Christian families, how often are they born in Christian families? You know, how often are liberal women who are attractive born in Christian families? It is a complete disgrace for them to throw out Matthew 6 and countless other scriptures to have a financial imperative. Okay, do not love the world or anything in the world. Okay, if anyone loves the world, love for the Father is not in them. Finances, money is the root of all evil, and so on and so forth. Point number three, principle over emotion. Okay, when you look around the world, you see a bunch of complex having women, you know, feminists, corporate women, greedy. You know, greed is a complex. It's the result of a complex. It's a complex in itself. You see dumb, kind of Alicia Silverstone and clueless women, kind of giggly, kind of sissy, kind of unfocused, you know, silly, scatterbrained whores, really. And it has to be said. Their emotion is pathetic. They never were raised right. They need to put principles over emotion. What a scatterbrained bitch or a greedy corporate bitch wants in a guy, okay, when she, in terms of emotion, should be thrown out. And she should date based on righteousness. As Martin Luther King would say, the content of the character, not the color of the skin. Because they say he's not my type. Why? Because there's a racial component to culture. Are not most skaters white? Are not most gangster rappers black? Okay, basically, at least the more famous ones. Okay, so when you say he's not my type, it includes a racial component more often than not. Okay, that's a fucking disgrace. And there's countless other reasons why I'm right about this. Okay, principle over emotion, or you're a little fucking slut saying, where's my toy, where's my candy, I want to feel good. That's fucking pathetic. And yes, that is unworthy. But just because you're inclined to do that doesn't mean you shouldn't submit. You should, because I've been calling you to submit as someone who's wiser than you are. When all attractive women together have cheated the most righteous person out of romance, and I've had to settle up and catfish, all kinds of horrible things have happened to me, while their scale does not include me, they owe me as groups and they owe me as an individual. That's number 4. Okay? If they're married, God commands them to demand that their husband obeys God through me. And if he doesn't, God commands them to divorce it, because any marriage that was based on the principles of not putting God first is not valid. And if you're not religious, any marriage that's not based on moral precision first is a complete prostitute, petty little girl slut disgrace. No matter what situation you're in, God commands you to rally to me and obey.